and thanks for checking out the PCSS Connection Podcast this week. Did you know that the strongest man in Tennessee is from the Putnam County School System? That's right. He is a former Cookeville High Cavalier and now is employed by the Putnam County School System. Yep, former Cavalier football and wrestling standout Allen Richardson recently won the Tennessee Strongest Man competition in Nashville. Allen placed first overall by winning 3 events and never finished lower than third at any of the other events. And joining us now is the strongest man in the state of Tennessee, Allen Richardson. And Allen, congratulations. I know that's got to be something that you've been working for, and you have finally achieved it.
Yes, sir. It really is. I appreciate it. It's been really nice, all the support I've gotten from the community and school system and everything since that happened. Just really seeing how many people, have been watching out for me and are really excited to see me succeed.
Yeah. I can remember when you played football and when you were wrestling, and now you've gotten bigger, you've gotten stronger. What kind of inspired you to follow this path of like the strongman competitions?
Well, I'll be honest, when I was playing football and wrestling, I wasn't the most athletic kid ever, so I kind of didn't have a choice on getting into the weight room, and then just continued that on into college, set a couple lifting records in college, and then just during COVID, we were off for so long. I took a fall semester off when our football season got moved to the spring.
Yeah, you were at Center College.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And I just kind of was looking for something to do, and there was a show on History Channel called Strongest Man in History, and I kind of just started watching it, and I was like, oh, this stuff seems really cool. This is something I could really get into. Yeah. I was lucky enough, Coach Cook, wrestling coach at Cookeville, had a spare strongman log he had bought a couple years earlier that he gave me, and really just dove into it. Didn't really know what I was doing for a while. Did it a little bit in college as I wrapped up my football and track career, and then when I got back, I happened to just cross paths with this guy that I actually threw against in high school who was at York Institute, and he was really big in strongman, had all the equipment, and just paired up with him, started training really hard. Luckily enough, that one of the gyms around here, Fitness Master, has a bunch of strongman equipment, so I was really able to commit to training exclusively for strongman once I was done my athletic career.
Yeah. Now, how many competitions have you been in?
I did 2 in 2022, 2 in 2023, 2 in 2024, and then Tennessee Strongest was my only one I've done in 2025, so 7 overall.
Wow, awesome.
Yep.
So what was it like, the strongman competition for the state of Tennessee?
So first event was a max log press. Ended up winning that one. Had got 365 pounds, which it was really competitive. It was kind of cool. There was about 4 guys at the end going back and forth, and they all bowed out at 345, and then I ended up getting the 365 to win it.
So you're saying you bench pressed 365?
The overhead.
The overhead?
Yeah, with a strongman log. Looks like a tree log.
Wow. 365 pounds. Okay,
Yes,
I'm sorry, go ahead. I'm sure I'll be doing that a lot.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
You're good. And then the second event was a deadlift event for reps. It was 600 pounds on a fat grip deadlift bar, like about that big around. Makes about as wide as the microphone, honestly. And I got 10 reps on that, won that by a handful of reps. That one was really just not fun because when you enter these things, you go based off your entry order, not based off, there's no data you can send them on like, oh, hey, I've done this before, so I should be ranked this or what. So I had to go like 3rd or 4th out of 10 people.
Okay.
So I'm just sitting there, I do mine, and I basically have to go as hard as I can because it's 4 reps. And I'm just sitting there as the next 7 people go, just going, all right, he got less than me, he got less than me, he got less. Okay, I think I'm good.
Yeah, you had to sweat it out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Third event was a arm over arm, like sled pull, and then you jumped around to the back of it and pulled it back about 30 yards. And that one was really fun. That was one I trained really heavily. And that one was just fun because of that, because it was something I'd put the work into. So once it got going, I was like, oh, I've got this.
Yeah.
And then fourth event, I know there's a lot of events in these things. Yeah. It feels like rambling off information. Yeah. Fourth event was a sandbag carry into what they call a Denny stone hold, which is just these like wrought iron, super like just circular, almost look like gymnastics rings that they put 400 something pounds on. And that one I ended up winning. Was really fun. I actually actually ate it and face planted at the end of it, setting those things down because I had the weight out in front of me. So I set them down, and my hands didn't really let go, and the rest of me went over, but ended up winning that one. And the last event was the sandbag the shoulder, which that one frustrated me because I only got 2 reps on it, 4th place. I ended up 1st overall, but that was the one. Sandbags have always been a little issue, just getting that up to my shoulder and the positioning and all that. So I was a little frustrated with that, with finishing off not at my best, but overall, really good day.
Yeah, well, that's outstanding. So now that you've won the state competition, is there something else? Do you go on to the nationals, or do you qualify, or how does that work?
So there was Strongman Corporation Nationals, which was back in, which was a month or so ago that I did qualify for. I actually qualified for it last year as well, and went last year. This year it was in Las Vegas. That's a little bit of a travel issue. It's middle of football season.
Right.
Didn't really in Vegas. That's just such a haul. Last year it was in South Carolina. I took Thursday, Friday, Saturday off from work. Went Vegas. That's a week long. That's a long trip. So I didn't do it this year. But next year I'm going to actually do a regional, which is a direct qualifier for the Arnold Classic up in Ohio.
Okay.
So that one would be, if I win that one, I'll qualify for the Arnold.
Yeah.
So that would be.
So now that you've won the Strongman for Tennessee, I mean, are you done training for the year? I mean, what do you do? Are you still going to keep working out? I mean, is there anything else to train for?
Really, it's just you start training like off-season prep type stuff. I kind of equate it to like football off-season, where you're not working towards specific game plan or anything. You're working on your form. I'm working on how quickly can I get this? How quickly can I get more reps from this? Like I said, the sandbag was something I struggled with. I got 2 reps in a minute back in May. A couple weeks ago I was training, I got 5 reps in 45 seconds.
Okay.
So it's just stuff like that where you start refining, you start seeing what works for me, what doesn't work for me. And that goes in, day-to-day training. I've been able to kind of branch out and try different things to see what helps and what my body responds best to.
Yeah. So now, what are you doing when you're not training?
Coaching and working at the high school. I'm the ISS teacher at the high school. That great job. Love the principals. Love who I work with. Super great people over there. And then I coach, obviously, at the high school level, football, wrestling, and track, as well as helping out with those at the youth and middle school level as well.
Great. How do you enjoy coaching?
Oh, I love it. I love it. Nothing better. Fell in love with it. So during college, I helped out during the summers a little bit, just kind of wherever they needed a body, and I fell in love with it. I said, this is what I want to do when I graduate. Obviously, the COVID year, got to stay for a full season, and then once I graduated, Coach Hagan obviously let me come on, and just super, super fun. I love doing it. I love getting to invest in the kids, invest in the community, see what ways that we can really push the envelope on what we do, and see how much better the kids can get year to year.
Yeah. Now, obviously, since you're doing these strongman things, you've had to put on a little weight. Is that part of do you want to put on weight? Do you want to bulk up? Do you want to, what's the ideal, do you have a weight limit that you go into thinking, or what's your training regime from eating and a weight perspective?
I'm lucky enough I compete in the open so the next lowest weight class below me is 308, and after that's 265. Okay. I've not sniffed either of those weights since about junior year of college. So luckily for me, I don't got to worry about the weight part. It's more about eating is a big part of it, just making sure I keep the calories on, making sure that I keep the protein intake up, because if I don't, there's days I can tell I didn't eat enough today. This is going to hurt me. So it's a lot of protein, a lot of carbs, a lot of calories, a lot of watching for the cardio aspect, really watching what I put in my body. Like I don't drink soda. I'll drink, I lift at 4 a.m. every day, so I will drink pre-workout, but it's really just a lot of making sure that there's enough fuel, I guess, being added to the fire to make sure that I don't burn out. Yeah. For lack of a better term.
Right. Yeah. Well, how long do you think you continue to do this? Do you look in 5-10 years down the road? Do you have goals in mind from what you want to accomplish?
I definitely want to make the Arnold. That would be make the Arnold Amateur, and from there, that's where you start. Make the Arnold Amateur, then you place high enough at the Arnold Amateur. Now you start getting to that level where it's like, hey, you might get an invite to this big one. You might get an invite to this big meet. Definitely, it's funny enough. I had one of the coaches at Cookeville a couple years ago asked me, he said, so at what point, I think I just hit like a 650 squat or something. This is during COVID. He goes, at what point are you just going to stop? I said, I don't know, when I stop getting stronger.
Yeah.
So that.
So you're still getting stronger. You feel like you're still getting stronger.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
That's awesome.
But yeah, I mean, that's kind of just the goal. Right now, that's the short-term goal is qualify for the Arnold Amateur.
Okay.
So hopefully I think the competition's end of May, early June next year, and come out that strong as possible. Go into that with a good plan, good idea, good feel for the events, and from there, start expanding into bigger competitions.
All right. Allen Richardson, the ISS teacher at Cookeville High School, also coaching a little football, a little wrestling, a little track, and oh, by the way, just the strongest man in the state of Tennessee. Congratulations again on that, and thanks for being with us.
Appreciate it, buddy. Thanks for having me.
Turning to Teacher Talk, we have Emily Rose Clark from Jere Whitson Elementary. And Emily, what? Emily Rose or just Emily?
Emily Rose.
Emily
please.
Rose.
Thank
I love
you.
that. Good Southern name. What is the grade that you teach?
I teach first grade at Jere Whitson.
Really? And how long have you been at Jere Whitson?
I have been at Jere Whitson in my own classroom for 10 years, and I also completed my residency with Tennessee Tech at Jere Whitson.
Really?
So it's been home for 11 years now. Yeah.
Well, what is it about Jere Whitson that you like?
I tell them every year, I said I put glue on my feet so that I can just stay right here. Jere Whitson is, it's a jewel. I think unless you've been in it and you've worked within those walls that maybe we misunderstand it, but the student population, they're so respectful. They work hard. Parents support us in whatever way we need.
Yeah.
And our staff and our admin are the same way.
What about that principal? How's she?
Yeah, setting me up, aren't you? Yeah. Miss Francis is excellent. When I first began, she was my vice principal, and now my principal. So she's really guided me through new teacher into a decade.
Wow. Have you always taught first grade at Jere Whitson?
I have not. I started in pre-K
Okay.
at Jere Whitson as well. And then this is my 4th year upstairs in first grade.
Yeah. Have you seen, has the curriculum changed or how has it evolved over the years that you've been teaching it?
When I began in pre-K, we didn't have much of a curriculum at all. We had our state standards, and so now I'm grateful for the curriculum that we have because it provides a guide for me. I don't have to wonder if my practices are best or not. It's been researched and provided for me, so I am now just following the road that's paved before me.
How do you keep the attention of first graders?
Well, I'm a little wacky. That helps. Having a weird teacher builds character.
Right.
My students and I enjoy being together.
Yeah.
And it is extremely authentic that I stand at that door in the morning and I say, I'm so glad you're here.
Yeah.
They are incredible. And they're reminded of that constantly. So keeping engagement is easy when you're having fun teaching.
Sure.
And you're enjoying the company of your students, and it's natural. It's fun.
Yeah. It's obvious that you love what you do, that you really do. Have you always had a passion for teaching? Is it something that you've always wanted to do?
Yeah, I've had a faith that I was designed to be a teacher my whole life. And in what specific capacity, that's evolved over time.
Right.
But without a doubt, I am grateful to have the role that I have, and confident that that's where I'm supposed to be.
Well, take us through a day of teaching first graders at Jere Whitson. From the time when they come, like what is it? What are the different things that you're teaching, and is there different times set aside? Just kind of take us through your normal day.
Right. Well, we welcome from the cafeteria. Did you eat your breakfast?
Yeah.
Take care of your body to take care of your brain. And we begin our day with skills instruction. That's where we're learning to read. First grade has a tremendous amount of reading growth. Come to us reading words and phrases, and they leave reading and writing paragraphs. So that's the first part of our day, and then we lead our way into math instruction, and then Future Ready, our time where we get to look at every single student in our grade level and meet their needs in different groupings. And I eat lunch with them every day. After that's lunch, so I climb in the bench and enjoy lunch together.
Awesome.
Our afternoon is full of read-alouds and encore classes and recess.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then the day is over and you get to start
And then
all
we
over the
say,
next
see you
day.
in the morning. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, what is something that you've been doing in the classroom that really seems to have been resonating with your students?
I think it's what I'm doing outside of the classroom
Okay.
that impacts what's within the classroom the
Really?
most. When I first started teaching at Jere Whitson, I was able to do home visits because of the pre-K schedule at the beginning of the year. And it was clear how impactful that was. And so when I moved into first grade, I kept thinking, how am I going to get to know my students in this way when that is not an opportunity in our schedule anymore?
Sure.
So I choose to have lunch with them. And by climbing in that bench and having conversations about their interests and their concerns and their celebrations
Yeah.
and what they're doing, all of that knowledge, where we say in Putnam County we want to get to know and teach the whole child,
Yeah.
that's where there's room for that. So being able to have the opportunity to sit and share lunch together gives me great insight into who they are, so that then when we're in the classroom, I can meet their needs academically because I know who they are as a whole.
Wow.
And it also shows them that they're important to me. Even spending time with them is something I'm choosing to do even when I don't have to.
Sure.
That is not just an obligation that I have, but that I am choosing that because they're worthy of time. And so that relationship that's built in that space, 30 minutes every day, has great impact within the classroom and knowledge for me to guide their academics.
Is there anything that's challenging that you maybe wish could change, or that there's something that you really have to address or deal with on a regular basis that maybe isn't fun or part of what you really like to do?
That's a challenging question.
It is a challenging question. We challenge the teachers here.
The biggest challenge, I think, is when we receive students that are multiple grade levels below the content that I'm teaching, and all the questions that surround that. How do I catch them up? How do I support them where they are? If I'm required to teach first grade content, but they are multiple grade levels behind, what do I do? How do I pull in supports to close that gap?
Right.
And that was a big difference moving into first grade, where that gap was much wider than I had experienced in my previous position.
Sure.
So being willing to ask for help and reach out to my coworkers and recognizing that my weaknesses are generally their strengths, and functioning as a team and dropping your ego and asking for help is a challenge that I'm experiencing every day, every year, in some way.
Yeah. Well, I know Ms. Francis is so happy to have you as part of the Jere Whitson team, and it's obvious you have just an infectious passion for teaching and for your students, and we love that here in the Putnam County school system. And man, those first graders at Jere Whitson, they're so lucky to have you.
I told them I was coming. I was leaving early because I wanted to go talk about them.
Yeah, that's great. Is there anything else you want to add?
No, I'm grateful to be a part of this county. I'm grateful to be a part of our school. And it's incredible. It's an incredible position to be in. I wake up with a spirit of gratitude every day.
Yeah. Emily Rose Clark in our Teacher Spotlight this week on the PCSS Connection. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you.
Turning to our student spotlight, Adrian Cojocura is a student at Avery Trace, and you've been doing some traveling, you've been doing some martial arts stuff, you've been pretty successful, so we want to talk about that. First of all, what grade are you in at Avery Trace?
I'm in 7th grade.
7th grade. Now, you got to go to England last weekend, and you competed in this huge World Championship martial arts event. How'd that go for you?
It went pretty well. I didn't really get hurt or anything, so...
That's good. Not getting hurt's good.
Yeah, it is.
So how many events did you participate in?
I participated in 5 events.
Okay. How many medals did you bring back?
I brought 4 back.
4 out of 5. That's a pretty good percentage. So what kind of medals did you bring back?
I brought 2 first-place belts, one that had the England colors and flag on it, and one that was just plain red, and then I brought 2 bronzes back.
Wow. So if you go and you compete in England and you win gold medals, you're kind of like the world champion. Is that how you kind of consider it?
Yeah.
So you're like the world. So what were these events that you're the world champion in?
The events that I was world champion in were creative forms, where you do all these flips and it's more fast paced. And the other one was traditional forms, where it's slower and you have to have more technique than looking cool.
Okay. Now, how do you get points? How are you judged on this? Are you going up against somebody else, or is this you're kind of going through a procession of moves kind of thing?
You do a form of your choosing against, and you're going against other people. So whenever you do your forms, you're judged based on your power, your stances, your chambers, your anything that you do, you'll be judged on.
Right. Now, we say martial arts. I mean, karate, judo, jiu-jitsu, is this its own thing? Is this kind of a combination of all those things?
It's all of them
Okay.
that you can do.
Now, how'd you get started in this?
I started when I was around 3 in 2016, and I started because I saw my sister doing it, so I wanted to do it, and I would like bang on the window trying to go in. So my mom signed me up, and I've been doing it till now.
Oh, wow. Now, you have been pretty successful where you've won some other national championships. In 2022, you were a national champion. In 2023, 3-time world top 10. You won a national championship there. 2024, 4-time national champion. So what is it? What's the end goal here? I mean, you're winning all these national championships. You're winning all these things. What is it that you want to do ultimately?
To travel as much as possible and explore as much of the world as I can.
That's pretty good. Yeah, I like that philosophy. So where's some of the other places that you've been to compete?
We went to Czech. We've been to we're going to California next year, but we've been to Florida, a lot of places on the eastern side of America.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah.
Well, how was England?
England, it was pretty fun because I got to try some new foods, and the tournament itself was very well organized. Everything went on time.
Yeah. So do you have any competitions, say, in the state of Tennessee that you do, or is it pretty much all you have to travel everywhere?
Yes, there is some in Tennessee, which are the smaller ones, more like practice tournaments, so I can get used to it for the year. But most of them you have to travel for maybe 2-hour drive, or all the way up to some flights all the way in England.
Yeah. Now, doing all this traveling, and I'm sure you train quite a bit, are you still able to do your homework and still be intentional on your schoolwork?
Yes, but whenever I travel, I have to do missing work because I either get it for what to do it while I'm traveling,
right,
or Mr. Summers' class, my math class, he just has me do them all when we get back. So
yeah.
But,
pretty good excuse though for missing class. I mean, I went to England to win a world championship. I mean, not everybody can say that, right? Yeah. Where were you yesterday? I was in England winning a martial arts championship. What were you doing? Yeah. So obviously you've got some talent. Is this because of the training that you do, or do you feel like you were just born with the talent to be able to do this stuff?
I think it's mostly because of the training I do, and because of the coaches that I have, because they've been working really hard to try to help me and my team to get better.
Now, where do you do your training at?
I do it at Bushido Karate Center in Sparta.
Okay.
So, yeah, with Danny Allberger and Rachel Allberger.
How much training do you do during the week?
Well, about maybe 5-ish hours a week.
Okay. Do you do some stuff at home too?
Yes, I do some
a lot of stuff on
workouts.
your own. So when you go back and you look at all the stuff that you've done so far, what do you think is the coolest thing that you've accomplished so far in your young career?
I think the coolest thing that I've accomplished is probably the World Championships that I go to, because I'm like at least a 5-time world champion, so it's pretty neat.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive. It's okay. I appreciate the humility, man, but you're a 5-time world champion, and how old are you?
I'm 12.
Yeah, and you're 12 years old. Yeah, I can see, I would be happy about that too. What are some things coming up that you're excited about that you're going to get to go do?
I'm excited to go to California next year because I've heard that it's a really nice place.
Yeah.
And the tournament seems pretty fun.
Yeah. And when you go, like when you went to England last weekend, how many countries were represented? Was there a lot of other people from a lot of different countries that were there?
Yes, but mostly there was around like 21 countries, but not many. England and the USA were probably the biggest ones.
Sure.
So there was a bunch of like smaller countries, like from Slovakia there were a couple. There was UK and England, but they're like separated and together at the same time.
But to still be going up against, other people from around the world, great experience.
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
Well, you've accomplished quite a bit since you were 3 years old. Is there, do you look at getting into MMA or something like that down the road, or is this kind of just the martial arts aspect? What do you do when you start getting older? Is there something that you evolve into, or can you continue doing what you're doing right now?
I think I'm going to continue doing what I'm doing because I like karate a lot more than just brutally beating on each other in MMA.
Yeah, probably stay healthier that way too.
Yeah.
Kid's smart, very smart. All right, Adrian Cojocura, 5-time, do the 5, show me the 5, 5-time world champion, martial arts dude. It's good talking to you.
Thank you.
Thanks for
You too.
being with us. And that's going to do it for this week's PCSS Connection. Thanks for checking us out. You can also check us out on our YouTube channel, our Facebook page, and our Instagram page. Hey, I hope you have a great week. God bless everybody. See you next week.